Hello everybody and welcome along to ForgeCraft Modpack with TechnoJock. If you remember, last episode we've been having some shenanigans with our Thaumcraft Botania crossover, and we've been attempting to make ourselves a big Dreamwood staff with Elementium caps, and then we discovered that we couldn't craft it because we didn't have enough V capability in our existing wands and crafting scepters. So I was going to go off and make myself one of these Dreamwood Elementium kissed Dreamwood scepter, and hopefully we'll be able to craft with this thing what we require. So it's got 59% average V cost, so that is pretty good. And if we put our Dreamwood staff core with our caps there, that does take it right down to 135. Now this thing is charging up quite tastily at the moment, sucking in all this lovely V from our node there. Very excited to see the new stuff that's going on with Thaumcraft 5 on the ForgeCraft, the actual ForgeCraft server. Some of the stuff there looks very interesting indeed, and I'm going to be interested to see. Obviously there are still nodes there, but the wand charging mechanics are very, very different. So I'm interested to see if hungry nodes are even still a thing, or if you can feed up normal nodes, or however that's done. But yeah, it remains to be seen with that one, so keeping a close eye on it. I recommend you check out the stuff that's going on with the new ForgeCraft and with the new Thaumcraft. Looks very interesting. It's charging up quite tastily at the moment. Come on. Shall we come back in just a second once this is actually charged up? I think we shall. Here we go, folks. It's just charged up. So let's get ourselves our Elementium kissed Dreamwood staff. Why can't I put that into my... There we go. Oh, I thought there was going to be some sort of problem there for a second. Right, so we've got an Elementium kissed Dreamwood staff there, which does +6 attack damage, and it doesn't appear to have anything in it. Now, we need to charge this up, obviously. I've never used a staff before. Ah, there we go. That's what I was expecting. Because this is a Botania crossover, this thing will charge up from mana. And we obviously have a mana tablet on us at the moment, and it is quite swiftly being drained of the mana that's in it and put into this. Now, what I shall do is quickly pop that in there, and yeah, there we go. That looks very, very cool, doesn't it? So if we take this out of here now, it should have a bit more in it. So that's slowly but surely going to charge up from our mana tablet. So I want to nip down and charge up our mana ring thing down here. Hello. Go away. Thank you. Actually I want to be above this. I don't want to be in this level. So we've got in here... Have we got a mana tablet in here? Mana tablet. Yes, we do. Let's use that instead. Let's make sure we've got a mana tablet on us rather than this silly mana ring. It is going down, as you can see. So slowly but surely sucking up that power. And once it's fully charged, we don't need this Dreamwood scepter, and we won't need our Thaumium embossed Silverwood wand. So we'll take those off. We'll put our Thaumium stuff away into the AE system, and I should be able to get... There we go. Oh yeah! Where's some slimes? Come on, slimies. Oh, hello. Oh, that's very satisfying. Well, we weren't going to need him anymore. And it's doing not too bad. It does take it down a little bit, but yeah. That's going to slowly but surely charge up, and then we're going to be at full capacity for that, and it will just keep charging off of our mana tablet. which I will need to set up some sort of thing to keep us stocked with mana tablets, I think. Or we need a mana mirror, don't we? Right, let's have a look at this mana mirror thing. I've heard tale of such things. No, it's thing. Let's have a look and see if we can find this. I'm back in a moment. Here we go. Just took a couple of seconds. It's under the mana manipulation section. Funnily enough, and yeah. So instead of having a mana ring or a mana tablet, we can have this thing. So we get a mana tablet, living wood twig, a terrasteel ingot, living rock, and a mana pearl, which is very easy to make for us. So we do need what we need: mana steel, and a mana diamond, and a mana pearl. Yep. And then I'll need more pearls. Let's get some of those, and diamonds. Because we're going to need a few of them anyway. Right, let's go above this, throw down that, and that. That'll whiz and do its stuff. And shwing! 1 terrasteel. So, terrasteel, mana pearl we've got. Living wood twig. Couldn't be much easier. And so, living wood twig, terrasteel, mana pearl, mana tablet, and what was it, living stone? Living rock? How is that not right? Mana pearl, living rock, terrasteel, mana tablet. That is a... Does it need to be an empty one? Is it going to be like that? Is it going to be that guy? I think it's going to be that guy, isn't it? Okay, right, fine. That's perfectly okay. You can do that. You can do that. Let's just go and sort it out before we get any silliness. Okay, fine. Right, let's get rid of all of our mana thingy bobs that are on us, and let's go. Yeah, we're walking really slowly. Shift, right click, and there we go. And we now have full mana and our things scooting about, and this will just get recharged in the normal way. Awesome sauce. Right. This will be recharging that. It's already recharged a reasonable amount from just us kicking about. And that's going to go up. So awesome. Right. I need to be able to go up and swap out of our stuff. Now the problem is I need to go. Yeah, when I was switching it about, it gave me the other one from the system. So I need to go over here. I need to get damaged somehow. Something needs to try and take me on. Something needs to come at me. Come on then. Right, once that gets sucked out, which should happen at any minute, it'll, or perhaps it will not, because it doesn't have another one to put in there. Right, I need to very quickly go and put that in there, and then that, like that. There we go, that'll do it. That's us back to normal. And now we have an Enderium Cleaver charged by RF which is constantly being charged through this thing. Yep, this thing is constantly charging our RF up, so that is constantly charged. Our armor gets swapped out with new stuff every time it gets damaged. We now have this Dreamwood staff, which frankly is ridiculous, and we've got other things for doing stuff, so we can put on the chain lightning one, or the normal one, and that's recharged from our mana, which is linked to that mana pool, which is automatically recharged. So we've got melee, ranged, and various other stuff that's on us. We're immortal now. We are now immortal. So, what do we do now? Well then. Now we have our portal. This area here is all set up with this swirliness. And we have a portal system. So I'll show you how it works, and then I'll show you it working, and then I'll show you how it works. There's only one destination set up at the moment, because I'm going to set up one with you. But here we go, we've got this blood altar set up, and we go and stand in the middle of the swirly thing, and pop that down. And a moment later, we appear in the Nether. There's our portal. There's some piggywigs. Hello, piggywigs. Bye-bye, piggywigs. Oh, hello. You stuck over there. Bye-bye. Right. So, let's go back the way. And here we are, back here. So how did that work, and what happened? Well, we have some shenanigans under the floor here, peeps. Let's have a look at this. So this is the crawl space. It's actually a pretty big space, but this is a crawl space in between the infusion altar downstairs and that. So we have a regular MystCraft sort of portal frame thing set up, and we have a chest with a book in it. And then we have all of the stuff connected up to a computer. That is a peripheral proxy set up to connect to the underside of our blood altar up there. And then this one is a peripheral proxy set up just to point to that chest. So chest, altar, and that's it. We've got redstone output down to this side for some of these word I'm thinking of. Drawbridges, thank you. Whoa, complete blank there. Right, so yes, our drawbridges are controlled there. Our computer controls everything. So what have we got? We've got some debugging stuff, I'll tell you that for sure. So let's have a look at this. It's in the startup, so if we edit... Oh, I need to terminate out of that. Okay, so edit, startup, and we'll have a look at this. So first things first, I suppose we'll change the debugging to false, because we don't need debugging in at the moment. So we've got a couple of things. If you want to use this, I will be putting this up onto Pastebin, and I will be putting the Pastebin code down in the description below the video. So there's only the two things you'll need to change. You will need to change the redstone out and the BR to chest. The redstone out is the side of the computer that is going to actually take the redstone out. So on this one you'll see it is set to right and the redstone goes out to the right. Clever. The BR to chest is the book repository to chest location, and it's the location of the book receptacle in relation to the chest. So over here, this chest, the book receptacle is above it, so it is in relation to that on the upside And that is the two things that you will need to set. So redstone right and the book repository is on the upside of the chest. Everything else should be self-configuring. And what we've got here is this goes off and finds the altar. It's called T-altar for some reason, not altogether sure why, but yeah, that's your altar. It finds the chest, and it does have error code, error checking here, so if it doesn't work, you can turn on that debugging mode to true, and it will come up with some sort of sensible message for you. But if it doesn't find the chest, and if it doesn't find the altar, it's going to have problems, so it'll exit out. And it'll tell you that it's not found. And probably what will have happened is one of these modems won't be active or needs reset because it was connected before it was connected to the computer or something like that. So we've got a function that gets our altar item. It goes into the altar, finds the size of the altar's capacity, which is actually only 1. This is a little bit surplus to requirements, but goes into the altar and gets information on the stacks in each of the slots. There's only going to be 1 slot, but it's going to go in there and it's going to get the name of the item in the altar, item.name. Changes that into lowercase, so it's going to be nice and not like capital something and then the rest of it. So it's easy for us to read. Debugging stuff in there, so that's easy. That's all that does. It just goes, gets the name of the thing that's in the altar, if there is anything in the altar. We'll skip over the debug one. All it does is print out a message for you. And we'll skip over the reset one as well. Function here, load linking book. It goes into our chest and it goes through every single slot in the chest, and for everything that it finds in there, it checks to see if it's a MystCraft linking book. If it is, it takes the name of that MystCraft linking book, item.displayName this time, and makes it into a lowercase, so it matches the lowercase of whatever's in our altar. And then if the name of the book matches the thing that's in the altar, then it will take the book and it will push it up into the book repository. That's why we've got the direction from the chest into the book repository. So it does a chest push item, the book in the direction of the book repository, and it takes item I, which is the slot that it's discovered that book in, and it pushes it up into there. Again, some debugging stuff that I've got still in there, and this is the main body of our program. So what it does is it just loops all the way through, and it starts off with a reset, which will close our portal door, and it takes any book out of the repository and puts it back into the chest. So it resets this, taking anything that is in there, pops it back into the chest, ready to be found. Then it will go get any item that's in the altar. If there is something in the altar, it will search through that chest and get the related book out, and then it will open and takes any books out of the repository and that are already in there and puts them into the chest ready to be searched out by the bit here for get altar item. If there's an item in the altar, it looks through that chest, finding a book that is named the same as that, and it will, if there was one there, put it into the book repository. It then sends a false signal out the redstone to the drawbridges, opening it up, waits 4 seconds, destroys the thing in the altar, and then it will close the door to the portal again and take that book out of the book repository again. So things to note, it does destroy whatever is in the altar. So if we go, that's off, that's fine. Let's go up here, and if we go and get ourselves another bit of netherrack, let's pop it in here. Oh, does help if I actually start the program up again, doesn't it? Let's go back down here. So let's exit out of that and let's go reboot. And that should be running again. So if we put this in here, lo and behold, it opens up. 4 seconds later, it's going to destroy that item and then close that again. And if we have a look back down, you'll see that the portal has stopped being active because it reset and took that book out of there. So that's fantastic. So what can we do with this? Well, one of the benefits of this is we don't need to have a monitor set up with a touch screen and all that sort of stuff. I was always a bit dubious about having a portal with a touch screen. Yeah, you could say that it's a sort of a crossover between technology and magic, but this idea really kind of appealed to me, that what you can do is, and if we go, and no, I didn't want to be down there, I want to be up here, and then go down here. Let's go over to the end with a linking book. Now we've already got a book that links to the end, somewhere over here. Right, so we've got a book that links to the end there. That's fine, and it kind of does a job, but in fact I want to get rid of some of these as well, because these don't need to be here anymore, and we can get rid of that and that as well, and those. Don't care for them. There we go. Right. So let's go, and we've got our 2 link panel pages. Let's make 2 new books. Let's go like that, and like that. And what we'll do is we'll go back up here and we can make ourselves another linking book for back to here. There. That's going to be our overworld one. And then we'll go down and we'll get some more of these crystals. And we are running low on these. So we want to go make a book repository, and then we'll take some with us, and we'll go over to the end. No, that's the overworld. And here we go. So we can now set up in the end something a little bit better. Now, didn't we have our... Oh, maybe we shouldn't be over here. Maybe we should be over at our other bit in the end. No, let's just keep this. Let's just keep this here, and we'll do it somewhere nice and, well, for a given value of nice in the end. Let's make ourselves a reasonable sized portal. Now the cool thing about these portals is they don't actually need to be square, or the dimensions of another portal. We could actually make this so it's just a small size one. In fact, let's do that. Let's make it so it's just a dinky portal. Technical term, obviously. So there we go, we can make it just like a little doorway portal like that, and if we take our book repository there, let's put this hidden away at the bottom. And let's put that... Can we not put it on the bottom? Alright, let's put it on the top. There we go. That's fine. That'll do. Nailed it. Right, and we take our overworld linking book and put that there. And now we want to come out of here and have ourselves kinda here, and facing this direction as if we'd just stepped through the portal, and we can link our book. Excellent. So here we are. We're back where we wanted to be. Now this linking book isn't really telling us an awful lot about where we're going, or well, it does tell us, but it doesn't tell this system where it's going, because This one is set to netherrack for getting to the nether. Now we can do something similar with endstone to get to the end. You might want to change this to something a bit easier to get hold of, but you know, if you've already gone to the end to make a linking book, then having an abundance of endstone is not going to be a huge issue. And you can come over to any old anvil, pop your linking book in, and if we go end stone, and it must be like how it is on the block itself, so we go end stone, like that. Only costs 7. That's pretty cool. Let's go back in here. Let's go up, up, and then back down. Let's put our book in here that says end stone, and if we put a bit of end stone in here, it should... now it opened up, but it didn't actually put the portal in. And it closed up again. Why didn't it do it? Well, let's have a look and see, because I suspect that the name for endstone is not exactly what we suspected it would be, or rather, let me just check this out, and I'll get back to you in a sec. Okay, problem solved. I found out what it was. It was, in fact, that this the endstone ID actually has an underscore in it, so you have to be careful. So what you can do is, if you terminate the computer and run the startup again, you can see the things that it's got. I put in a nether rack for a start just to make sure everything was working okay, but when you put in the endstone, in fact, I'll just do this right now just to show you guys, and we'll just do startup here. Right, so that's started up the thing, and we'll go up here and we'll put an endstone in just to show you, and it'll do this. And we'll go down and have a look in the computer, and there we go. It says item in alter end underscore stone. So that was the issue. I had a space in there, not the underscore. So you need to be careful about that, but it should now all work perfectly. So if we go back up here, we'll see it opens up with the portal there, and then 5 seconds later it will close this. There we go. Now that did kind of highlight a couple of issues with me on this, so I shall terminate this again and we'll go in and edit it. Oh no. Exit. Edit. Startup. There we go. So what I've done is I've added in a third thing that you might want to change. Portal opening time. So I've got it set to 5 seconds, because you might want to open for 10 seconds or 1 second or a minute. I don't know. So there we go. We've put that in, so you can change that. So you've got your redstone side of the computer out, you've got your relation of your book repository to the chest, and you get your portal opening time. Everything else should be fine. I've left the debugging mode true on at the moment, because that way you can use that. Let's exit this. If you want, you can use that to then go, okay, let's say I want to use oak wood. And oak wood planks, right? Let's go get ourselves some oak wood planks to designate your best mate's base. Right? You want a portal to open up to your best mate's base. Let's go get some planks. We've got some oak wood planks there. Perfect. Okay, let's take that out there. But if you put in oak wood planks, you might have the same issue that I just had with that end stone. It doesn't work properly, and then that would be a shame. So let's go and put some oak wood planks in there. Now it's not going to open up. It's not going to destroy them either. So if you accidentally take your best tool and stick it in there, it's not going to destroy it, unless your best tool is set to being the location of one of the books. So here we go. What have we got? We've got item in alter planks. It's just planks. So if you set a book to your best mate's place and you rename that book in an altar to be planks, then wood planks will work. Now, will other planks, because we've got spruce planks as well. So what happens if we put spruce wood planks into our altar? And that is an interesting quandary. Okay, let's take those ones out, put that one in, go back down and have a look. And that is also planks. Yeah, that is also set to planks. Note that this is spooling around at the moment. This is printing this loads and loads and loads and loads of times. So you would have to have something different. You could have oak wood logs and then spruce wood planks, but that's something to note, that you would need to change that. And you can't have, probably it's or dictionary thing really, that you can't have something that's or dictionary. But you could have smooth stone and cobblestone, you can have leaf blocks, I suppose. Again, you would probably have to have different leaf blocks. You could have apples and wheat and seeds and all sorts of things that you could have to put in here, and there's virtually no limit to the number of things that you could have. That chest has got 27 slots in it, but if you were to use a different kind of chest, a diamond chest or something that's got a lot more in there, then you can put in as many books will fit into that chest, and as many items as you can think to have portals to. So we've got to the end, and we've got to the nether, which is pretty cool. We could see about something else. Let's have a look, and I'll be back in a moment. Right then, guys, I have decided to go on an adventure. I have got all the stuff I need. I am invulnerable in terms of armor. I can't be poisoned. I constantly have a supply of food and am force fed through my helmet. I have all my stuff completely powered for me at all times. I have an unlimited supply of magical power on me now that I can use to attack my foes from afar. I have my Enderium Cleaver constantly kept charged up that I can attack them if they get too close. And we are ready to go on an adventure. I have decided to go where no man has gone before. You've heard that it's a bad idea to type Google into Google. Well, what happens if you put a unlinked linking book into our portal system? Let's go. And, oh, what's happened here? Oh, this doesn't look good. Oh no. And, hang on a minute. Ah.